Welcome back, friends, to The Lucky Die. Previously, Laffian, Rhal, Squash and Zaltanna reformed Marnak and spoke directly with one of the creators of their world. Now that Marnak has been reformed, he is off to allow all the inhabitants of Bikron's existence to fight the blissful eclipse when it arrives. Meanwhile, our heroes have received a new directive from Kesa herself. Get themselves ready to unite into a temporary sentinel. Are the 4 heroes ready to unite to save the world? Are the 7 really ready to tangle with Soulfire? And are you ready for Season 2? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the 2nd season of The Lucky Die.
As you find yourselves back in the mirror room, Caden stands up a little shakily and sort of begins to make his way out of the room. Kythea finishes the reach that she had done and touches the side of Laffian's face, looking concerned. And Amos says, "Not going to be... Rhal? What's wrong? You look worried." Everything resumes exactly as you left it.
I was...
Oh yeah, just had that conversation with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Emma was like in the middle of a sentence.
Yep.
Oh, good job, B.
You're welcome.
Nice
I had to go
continuity.
back and listen to that episode.
Yeah. Rhal, being that Rhal is sometimes, how do I put this? Rhal doesn't know what's real sometimes. And being thrown across planes is disorienting sometimes. He's going to look at Balance and Squash and Zaltanna and like share a look to see if that actually just happened. Rhal's definitely in like, was that real mode? Because things were so instantaneous and weird and interrupting Emma's sentence.
Laffian's probably making pursed lips.
And he's just going to look at Emma and be like, what? What are you saying?
Somebody asked me about my father, and I said that he's not going to be a problem, I don't think, but you all look very uncomfortable. You look really uncomfortable. What's wrong?
Rhal, I'm going to make a con save.
We weren't like sworn to secrecy on this, right? Like Kesa wasn't like, if you tell anybody.
Kesa did actually state that she would probably make it so that you couldn't talk about it.
But we haven't tried yet.
Correct.
We just got back. So I'm going to open my mouth to be like, hey, yeah. So what happened was we just got pulled to another realm and talked to like more than a god, but less than a man. Wait, no, that's not how that works. Does that all come out of my mouth?
Concept.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
What's
It's a
the
good con save. Rhal starts bleeding, but just a little bit as he gets excited. And tries to tell Emma that he can cure it.
What's the roll? Neil.
It's a 20.
Neil.
A non-natural 20.
There we go.
It's a dirty 20.
Sorry, folks. It has been like 2 months since we played.
We're a little rusty.
We've all forgotten how to play.
In the back of your head, Zaltanna, you hear Kesa say, "Fine, you can talk about it with this lot, with the 7 and like one other. You'll need their help. For the sake of us all, don't fail, goddess. Good luck."
Out loud, Zaltanna goes, "You got it." And she turns and she's like, "Okay, so we're allowed to talk about it with them. Yeah, so we went. Like I said, we went to another realm and we talked to Kesa, and turns out she and her family like created the world, and they want us to save it. And so basically, we gotta do. And she just looks at Balance.
Zaltanna, please.
Because of course,
Zaltanna, please.
with her notoriously bad memory, has forgotten everything that she's supposed to be doing.
Are we allowed to talk about this then? Is this...
Yeah, she was just like in my head, and she told me that we could talk about it with them.
Oh, I can't hear everything every person that can speak into other people's mind is saying.
Well, but I just said that we could talk about it with them.
I didn't know that it came from her. Anyways.
I can cure it. She will cure it. Kesa will cure it.
Yes, that was part of the whole... Okay.
And Rhal's like giving Aima hugs, which helps with his good
hugging you
saving
back.
throw that he did.
Aima's hugging you back, but it's very clear that she doesn't quite understand what you're babbling about.
We're all just babbling right
But she does have,
Everyone can start
the
babbling.
presence of mind to kind of reach up and pull the door closed. So it's just the four of you, Kythea and Aima in the room. Caden has probably gone off to go, look for his daughter.
More or less what I understand is that Kesa, who we'd met prior, is one of the actual Sentinels, the ones that created this whole existence that we're in and created the gods themselves, and essentially wants us to rally every single army that we can possibly muster and go fight with the gods and with them to try to basically save existence, is the way I understand it, is we're going to have to go fight with the Sentinels while the armies are fighting with the gods to hold back all of this so that they can rebuild the net around our world. Am I making sense so far?
Rhal shakes his head no.
Aima has like an almost identical shake, but Kythea like nods very slowly as if she's kind of following what's going on. Okay.
So basically... we need to go get a bunch of armies, which was kind of the plan already, but there's been a few added on. And then we need to be ready for all of this. Apparently, Monarch was the God's plan, not the Sentinel's plan. The Sentinel's plan involves us, and like he specifically is gesturing to himself, Zaltanna, Squash, Rhal.
Right. Okay. How?
It's a little bit vague. The gist of it that I understand right now is that we need to go find a way to get the armies of this world and also Cicero and Bellum, which is going to be a little bit tricky, but there was mention of Demi being able to help with some of that, I think. And Lafian's kind of like giving a bit of a side eye towards Squash.
Yeah, they said that we need to rally the forces of Bellum and Cicero, and we have to face the blissful eclipse together.
Okay.
Monarch should know how to punch holes to let the armies through.
Okay. I mean, he did just say he was going to go somewhere to look something up, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
Oh, Thorin's not going to let... Rhal gets back on his, like, oh no, Thorin's good at the same thing that I think we left off on.
Oh, God.
Like, repeats himself.
Okay. Okay, well, if it's just a case of you going to Bellum and Cicero, then... And if Demi can make you do that, then I guess that's what you're gonna do. But, you're just... For people, how are you gonna help the Sentinels?
We have to do the trials. We have to gather some power that is supposedly sitting in the world.
What sort of trials? And she kind of like hugs Rhal really close, like, no. Rhal can't do this, no.
Trials.
Oh shit, you're right. There was mention we had to go through like individual trial shit.
Case had mentioned that she wanted you to become temporarily a sentinel, but that would require each of you having to pass the trials. Trial of the brain, the brawn, the heart, and the spirit. And that was only possible because Laffian had managed to save Squash's life with the flower. Yes, that sneaky, that look there, that sneaky little, like, yeah, fuck it, you can see the sentience of a flower. I thought I would play that and make that work for us.
Was there mention of where these trials are? Like, is this something that we have to...
Oh, it wasn't mentioned? I thought they said that it was in the plains, on the plains.
Yes, but like specifically where and what they are, there was no mention, yeah.
No,
But we have to seek them out.
we have to find the trials that are on the Sentinel and Bellum plain, probably. Surely somebody there knows. There surely is some kind of a structure to the plains. Surely there are people that we can talk to there.
I might be able to help with that. I know a little bit about the structure of the worlds, and this trial thing, brain, brawn, heart, and spirit, and to become a sentinel, they sound kinda dangerous. So I'm probably guessing there's gotta be something somewhere about them.
Surely.
There is a library here. Perhaps we could go there. And there was a librarian there. She was very helpful to me when I was trying to translate my book. She knows a lot about a lot of things. If anybody knows where we could go to find more information, perhaps she could help. I mean, she might be a little scared because I'm supposed to be dead, but I think she would help.
No, you just took a long vacation.
Ama looks at Rhal and looks back at you and just like shakes her head like, no.
Listen, there's only so much that we can really
fly.
cover up here. You have to roll with it.
I'm going to take care of that. But if I can live long enough, Ama, if I can help Kesa, she'll cure the whole thing. No one else.
If we run where won't help you, then we have to keep you alive somehow.
Rhal looks to Kythea. Do you think that you or anyone might know of medicine to help Wiranwa? Someone who could maybe give us a second opinion? Other people aren't good with the healing and all of that. They probably just don't know if there's anything they could do. Maybe there is.
Well, I can have a look, but I don't know anyone who knows much about dragon anatomy. But maybe I saw some clerics of Ilmater here and Lathander. Lathanders may not be so reliable right now, but I know that Ilmater is still here. I saw a cleric of theirs around here somewhere.
Okay. And I have an alchemist friend that can help with you. I just want to get a second opinion.
We can go with anybody that you like. I don't think anyone's going to say no.
Rhal looks to Ama. Thorin, well, no. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay, so what do we want to do now? Do we want to go and see Wirandra and try and keep you alive a little longer, or go and figure out what your trials are, or try and figure out how to get the armies? There's so much to do.
I have an errand I need to run. before we leave, preferably. We'll run what doesn't have that long, though. They said maybe a week. Emma was there for that, right? She knows.
Yeah. A day won't hurt, maybe. If you'll need to do something.
Well, we
Can I
should
help?
definitely look into the trials.
I just need to have a quick conversation, I think.
Well, we can go do that. I
need to
can probably check out this library thing. I like reading, so maybe I can help whoever this librarian is.
Would you like me to join you?
She smiles. Yeah. You know what you're looking for, maybe. Maybe you'll see it instantly. I don't know. To be fair, I don't even know where to begin looking at this.
Then perhaps we split up for the rest of the day, then?
I'm not sure it's safe that you go with me, Emma. Zaltanna, maybe you could
Why not?
watch Emma, help her. If she wants to
I don't
kill
need to be
Bogrim, do you want to
babysat,
kill
Rhal.
Bogrim?
No, I
Can
don't.
help you kill Bogrim?
I'm happy to help
Are you
kill
going to
Bogrim,
kill Bogrim?
but your wife is an adult and doesn't need to be watched like a child.
She doesn't need to be on the surface right now until I clear things up either.
How about this? Hey, Emma, you want to hang out and get to know each other?
Yeah.
On the surface?
Rhal's encouraging.
I was just about to say that.
Go to the surface, fine. It'll be fine.
Go
Have
say
like
hi to Lindgren.
we could have like a spa day or I don't know.
I think any threats that I have to make will work better alone.
Well, we could go to the surface and see what is going on. I'd like to maybe meet this Opella person.
Yeah, I'm good
Or
with
at
that.
least, get some information on her.
Are you sure that,
Emma kind of shrugs a bit and she says, I don't want to sit here doing nothing.
do you think she knows about me? Us? She probably does, right? She probably knows.
Well, I guess it depends if Lindgren actually told her that he broke the law by letting you live.
I guess.
And if she does, I'll set her on fire or something. I don't know. I'll figure that out when it happens, okay?
I love Ava. I love her.
Okay, I will meet up with you really fast. I just need to do something real quick and that'll be fine.
Okay. I guess then, Zaltanna, you can take me around and show me all of your army and speak to your people, and we can hang out.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. She gives Rhal a really tight hug, and she says, please be careful. Don't do anything stupid, okay?
That's all he does is stupid things.
Stupid. What? What? No.
Tell her
It'll
why
be
you're
fine.
wearing the belt, Rhal. Tell her about the belt.
I'm pretty sure everyone already told her everything, probably. Yeah.
Don't lose your belt. And she gives you a big hug.
I paid good money for that.
Okay. Then Emma and Zaltanna will go off and explore the kind of, I guess, the army camps that are around and possibly Apella's thing, and wherever else Zaltanna wants to take Emma. All right, so we know what they're up to.
Squash?
Laffian.
Well, Squash didn't say anything. Hold on. What is Squash doing?
Oh, he didn't?
No,
Probably
Squash.
something I'm going to regret.
Squash has nothing to do. Squash is basically just watching people leave, and if everybody leaves, then I think Squash is just gonna go chill. Just
In
take
that
it easy.
case, if you're not electing to
Laffian.
do anything, then Laffian, after Rhal leaves, is going to just telepathically to Squash say, if you've nothing else to do, would you mind doing me a personal favor?
Squash kind of looks over to you and just nods. Is there anybody else left in the room?
Yeah, Kythea.
Okay. Then he looks over to Balance and just nods, and then he looks over to Kythea, like,
She looks a little confused, like,
Would you mind, this is still telepathic,
Mhm.
would you mind shadowing Rhal, just make sure
There it
that
is.
nothing bad happens?
I knew where this was going.
Concerned when he's
You
unsupervised.
assholes.
I do it because I care. And also because it makes for better story for there to be more than one person involved.
all right. Squash, like, he was looking at Kythea with, like, he like did like a head nod and like an eyebrow raise, and then you said,
No,
like,
would you? No. Aethor, get your fucking mind out of the gutter.
and
We're
he's
not
just
looking
like,
for some strange.
oh, I just remembered that I've got to go, and then Squash leaves.
Kythea looks at Laffian and is like, what do I even want to know?
Much like myself right now, Laffian is rubbing his temples.
Squash makes a show of
She
closing the door.
reaches
as he leaves.
over and she reaches over and like kind of like rubs the side of your head a little bit. Like you seem tense, so
That was nothing at all. Just, God. You ever have a cluster migraine? I'm getting one of those right now.
I've got something that could help.
You know what? Sure. Is it books? I like books. Books don't drag you across the plains. They don't hurt your
some
brain.
of them do. No, I definitely disagree with that. Okay. Who would like to go first in this craziness of craziness?
Roll off.
Roll off. All right, everybody roll
off.
D20.
All right, roll off.
All right. Wait, why am I rolling? I do whatever Rhal does.
No!
Okay.
No! I wasted it. Fuck.
No, that's the game. That's it right there.
I got a natural 20.
And I got it too.
We should go first.
My next die will probably save my life. And
I got a
it'll be
16, which is surprisingly decent.
That's not bad. Maybe the tables are turning.
No, now V, you can't say that.
Yes, I can.
You just broke it again.
Good. Okay then, Rhal, where are you in the squash going
Well,
to? Squash, I need a stealth roll.
Do you?
You think
Do
I'm doing,
you?
Yes,
You think
I
I'm-
do. Rhal, I would like a perception roll,
You
please.
think I'm doing something dumb, huh? You think I'm
Yes,
up
I
to
do.
no good? Doing something dumb. How's an 18? I can see everything.
Yeah, well, I had a 25 on my stealth roll.
Of course you did.
My natural minimum, unless I hit a 1.
Oh, my one roll sooner would have been a natural 20, huh?
No, you're a halfling. Even if you get one.
If only I hadn't have wasted that natural 20.
Wait, do you have like
Don't
plus?
try and pretend that you can hide this lucky feat from me. I know what you're doing.
Wait,
Okay.
how much do you have to your stealth? Like, what is your plus?
15.
So my plus is 15, but because I'm a rogue, above level 13, any skill I have expertise or proficiency in can never go under 10, like as if I rolled under 10,
Wow.
unless I get a 1.
Yeah.
And because he's a halfling, that doesn't matter.
So even if you got a 1, you'd still have like a 14.
Yeah,
Well, even with a run, he gets to re-roll because he's a halfling.
But even if
You
you
would
got
have
a
to
1
get
twice,
2 ones in a row.
Yep.
That's the only way.
that's when you know that the gods of the dice are really not on your side.
well,
But it would still be a 14 or a 15, so...
It'd be a 16.
You think I'm up to no good. You think I'm
I do.
Okay, Rhal, where are you headed?
the prison.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. Thank you, Neil. Thank you. Why the prison?
He's gonna go beat the shit out of Lindry.
That motherfucker owes me.
Which motherfucker?
Lindgren.
Fisty? He's dead.
Yeah, no, Fisty already paid.
It's a good start to
It's our
season
spit
2,
take
guys.
number 2.
Good start to season 2.
Listen,
that was a genuine spit take. That was a genuine spit take.
2 To be
Lincoln already
fair,
paid with his life.
My face hurts.
Okay.
Stop.
All right then. So I had prepared some things, and I thought, don't worry, I'll do the prison later. Wrong. Okay. You make your way towards the prison. Squash, you haven't. I'm going to make this your choice. Have you been to the prison before?
No, Squash has never gone to the prison.
Okay.
Never been
Perfect.
caught.
Never been caught yet. That's maybe. Oh, I'm not going to get into that. The wall around the prison is exceptionally high, Squash. You can see that there are towers, like, every now and then, just keeping an eye out, where you would expect them to be. Rhal, you arrive at the gates of this prison. There are 2 people standing outside, guards which you don't recognize. You also notice that they're not exactly wearing the prison garb that you would expect for a guard. They're not wearing what they're supposed to be, but it's real close. What do you want to do?
Do they have double ones tattoos?
I require an investigation roll, please.
Okay. It's not 1.
For a total of...
If I roll 2 of those in a row, I should just have an acid attack.
No,
Hard
I'm not
mode,
making
season
your
2.
condition worse. It already is hard mode, Rhal.
Nah.
No, you don't notice anything much about them other than that they aren't wearing the prison guard uniform exactly. There's something wrong about little bits of it.
Rhal tests it and sees if they're going to let him by. He's just going to give a little nod and see what they do.
There's a human with dirty blonde hair, and she has it tied back in like two braids. And she steps in front of you. She's holding she has a short sword on her waist. And she says, "What are you doing here?
I'm here to see Lindgren. You can tell him I'm here to see him.
You got an appointment?"
Appointment? Does he fucking think he's special? No, I don't got an appointment. I have things to do.
So does Lindgren.
He'll want to talk to me. It's fine.
What's your name?
Rhal.
Rhal.
L.
You see her look over at her companion. She nods, and you see that he kind of like runs through the gates and heads towards the building itself. Comes back a few moments later and whispers something into her ear. Squash, you can't see her lips, so you won't know what they're saying.
Boo.
Ooh.
Lindgren's not taking visitors right now.
Okay. And Rhal walks adjacent to the wall, away. Acts like he's going away. And he's going to just climb the wall at another point in the prison.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Rhal can run up vertical surfaces, huh?
Yeah.
He actually can, yeah. Squash, you are seeing all this.
Yeah, Squash has like a son of a when he runs up the wall.
Okay, Rhal, are you trying to be stealthy about this?
From them.
There are like
Yeah.
guard towers around, so you have to pick your spot, I guess. In that case, I need you to make a
He'll be
stealth
stealthy.
roll.
Sure. I'm going to send Tio into one of the towers. To see
Okay,
if Tio
are you doing
can...
that before you run up the wall?
Yeah, because Tio...
Or as you run up the wall?
Well, as I run up, but kind of being stealthy, so I'll still take that stealth roll, but I want him to take one of the towers and see if there's a guard there that he could, like, incapacitate.
Okay. Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to roll one for Tio and see if they can do this sneakily.
I rolled it. It's not rolling yet. There. Okay. Wow, not great.
Okay. You kind of like begin to run up the wall. You make it up like pretty far, and you manage to put your hands on the top. When you look over to where you've sent Tio, and you see Tio's little head pop out, and you see like the tail wag a little bit, and then they dip back down. You can take of that of what you will. They did pretty well.
Wonderful.
All right, that just means that you only have one tower that can possibly see you. Okay. Now I have to open up all the prison things from season 1, and that's back in my old notes. Bastards. As you kind of like put your hands on the top and begin to like heave yourself over, where do you go from there? Are you just going to drop down? Are you just going to look? Are you going to drop back on this side of the wall? What are you doing?
Rhal's gonna stay. Can I see the door? Is the door to the inside of the prison building? What's that looking like?
From where you are, I'm going to say that yes, you can see the entrance. You can see the kind of courtyard area where y'all were, like, your daytime is spent, I guess. You can see a little bit of that, like the smallest amount. I'm going to give it to you that you can see that there are some guards that are patrolling around on the inside of the wall. None of them are looking up because why would they? That's what you see just as a casual glance.
Okay.
Anything more will require a check.
This whole thing that I'm doing is so dumb, but I'm dedicated to it now. I can't turn back now. Oh, goodness. Yeah.
You know, do you remember Amos saying don't do anything stupid?
Yeah, but I also don't like Lindgren or the fact that he's ignoring me.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, if you want to take a further check, then I need a perception.
Yeah, I'll take a perception as I watch a little bit.
Help at any time.
Okay, so I'm just seeing Rhal basically just run up the wall, right?
Yeah, and their hands are on the top, and they're kind of like pulling themselves over to have a good look around. That's what you're seeing.
It's a 14.
On a 14, you basically spot essentially the same thing with the guards that are patrolling on the kind of like between the building and the wall. You notice that they aren't armed in the way that they should be. They don't have the same uniforms as a guard as you would expect. They are much more lax. They seem to be talking and chatting a bit more. From the very little that you see inside the courtyard, it seems to be exactly the same. Looking inside some of the windows that you can see from where you are, you can't tell much except that there are people moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rhal's gonna. Okay, so fuck the courtyard. Rhal's gonna take advantage of the fact that he can climb and get up to, I guess, a window that's better for him to enter through. He'd probably know of somewhere with like a roof entrance, maybe through a top tower. Maybe he could get to a door for guards that's on an area that usually isn't accessible from ground floor.
Okay, so Rhal would know that there are two kind of like door entrances that Rhal would know of. There are others. One is the main entrance that leads into that kind of area where you were initially taken out, where the administration wing is, and there's also another one in the kitchens. They're the ones that Rhal would know about. One of the guards in the guard tower has been taken out, and you could probably get to the side of the building. However, as soon as you start climbing up, the other guards in the other towers are likely to see you.
Yeah. And how many guards are in the courtyard right now? Or the
you can't see in the courtyard, but the ones are running around outside of the building. Probably four of theirs. I'm gonna say there's four. Like, that seems fair.
4. How good of fighters do they look?
They're armed.
Yeah.
I think
That's all I'm really going to give you.
I think that's the cue for Rhal to feel like a small rock to hit his body.
Okay, fair. But I want to look at their weapons and see how like pristine they are, or if these look like practiced people.
I guess I will let you make one insight as you feel a rock hit you in the back of the head.
Okay. 23.
Back of the head? What kind of asshole am I?
Pow.
These people that are wandering around with weapons know how to use them. They have they're very sure of where the weapons are on their hips. You notice that some of them are sporting the anti-magic bracelets or anklets that you were formerly.
Some of them are prisoners.
Not a lot of them, but a couple of them are. Yes.
Ah.
And then You feel a rock land. Where are you hitting him if it's not in the back of the head?
The back of the back. It's just like it's a small pebble, but I'm not chucking it at his face.
Ow!
Me.
Rhal falls off the wall and takes fall.
Takes no falling damage.
No,
No, he intentionally fucks up the featherfall just to make a point.
Rhal rubs his head and turns and gives you a surprised look. Because he thought he was being very sneaky.
Yeah, you see Squash standing maybe a couple of 20, 30 feet away from the wall, and he's just doing the hands up, open palm gesture, pinching his shoulders, what are you doing? Without, of course, saying anything.
Rhal climbs down. I need to talk to Lindrin. He's ignoring me.
Lindrin? Oh yeah, that's the head of the prison, right?
Right.
Surely we can, get an audience with him.
Well, you would think that, but apparently he's busy. Some of the armed people in there are prisoners. They're armed.
So the prison has had... Wait. Then they'll say yes to money. If law and order is out, then nobody's doing it for duty. They're doing it for coin. I think I have some gold left over from... let me see. Squash goes into his pocket, and for some reason, I have 42 gold pieces in my inventory.
Damn as. That bastard.
He did pay me. Squash just picks up his pouch and I'm sure that you can just buy your way in.
I was going to just go in, actually. They probably don't... I don't think they'll do anything.
You could probably knock out the 2 guards at the door, but that would be assaulting a prison, and I don't know, that feels like a bad idea.
I'm not here to fight anybody. I could send Tio up with a note, but...
Why are you here, Rhal?
I need something. I need something from him, and I need to tell him that Aima's alive. And to fuck off. She's going to be here. I need to explain that she wasn't brought back with necromancy. I need to explain that I have proof. And I need something else. I could get him a note, but I think that would probably do just about as much. Is his window on the ground floor?
Yeah.
Okay. So I couldn't throw rocks at it?
No,
Stand
because you'd have
outside
to
with a
arc it over the
jukebox.
very high wall. Yeah, I'm going to say that's a no shot.
Play some music for him.
Get the drum box out, start serenading.
Take me back, Lindrin.
Okay, I guess I could just go up and be a little meaner to the people up front. I didn't try to do the scary thing or anything. But
That might work.
Well, I guess, I don't know. Fine.
Wait, don't...
I'll go on the front door.
Doesn't... tell me if I'm wrong, but Lindrin was not supposed to let you guys go. He was supposed to kill you, right?
Right.
Doesn't that mean that now that Opella is right on his doorstep, that might become a big problem for him?
Maybe? I have bigger threats I can make now, though. I'm fine. Let's go. Are you coming now?
Yeah, if I can help.
How are you here? He just looks inquisitively. He doesn't look mad or anything. He just cocks his head curiously.
There's just a stone face of Squash's. Squash is just stone faced and then just goes, because we were worried.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I think that Lindgren will believe my threats a little bit more if I'm not trying to show off and show up with an army or a small fighting force. So I'm just gonna go in. I mean, I can scare the people up front. I can try to bribe them, I guess.
If you if you need coin, I have coin. That's no problem.
I have some I can offer them. That's fine.
Okay. A pair of you make your way back to the guards.
Yes, please. Can Squash make an investigation roll?
Yes, you can.
That is 24.
Yes, they are both members of the Double Ones.
Of course.
Yeah, Squash just kind of like pats the place where Zaltanna had her mark burnt off. And he does it kind of at Rhal and then like head gestures at the guards.
Ron nods.
What do you want? I told you go away.
Mm-hmm. Turns out I'm busy too. Yeah, I need to see Lindgren, and it's kind of not negotiable. He owes me.
He apparently owes a lot of people, but
Must he owe the fucking Double Ones now too, huh?
yeah. He owes us a lot. And you see like her do like half a smile.
He owes me too. I need one quick thing and then I'll be done with him. I'm not here to make a mess, but I can.
You know the toll for coming in, right?
Toll for coming in, huh?
Yeah.
No, Zaltanna failed to mention.
Zaltanna.
Flashing a name, yeah.
All right, that's going to need a persuasion roll.
Okay. Can I intimidate? Hold on. I don't know if one's better. I might just take persuasion.
I will take either intimidation or persuasion. Although I feel if it's Zaltanna on brand would be intimidation.
They're both the same, so he'll go with the intimidation. Ooh. They're not very scared of either of us, apparently, Zaltanna.
They gotta put some respect on the name.
Damn.
Well, then, that's a problem. Not telling you. So, Toll, what you got?
Sorry, I'm just looking at my ability called Toll the Dead.
Oh my god,
That's a different kind of tall, Neil.
Yeah.
Different kind of tall.
Yeah, I know it is.
Wait, when did you get told the dead?
You know.
who knows?
Spectre voice, who knows? Ooh. Rhal's gonna do Hour of Reaping. I'm done.
Okay, click the
If
button.
I can't roll to scare them, they can roll to not be scared.
Oh, Jesus, DC 16.
Yeah, you need to take that too.
Yeah,
unless
but
you're immune to being frightened.
No, but I do have advantage on it.
Yeah.
18.
You guys are always fine.
You've seen this a few times. You're not. You may be surprised, but you're also not surprised that Rhal just like turned into a spectre-looking thing. You see the pair of guards just bolting back inside. They like fumble with the keys a little bit, like, "Run! No, I'm not staying here. Oh, I'm not staying here either. Let's get the fuck out of here, man!" And they just like run in, and they're kind of like yelling, and the other guards like rush towards them. There is a commotion.
Okay. Rhal gives a little smile down to Squash as he turns off his thing. And casually walks inside like we were invited.
Lead the way.
Okay.
Okay. Squash, what you see before you is kind of an administration wing. Like you say, a set of double doors in front of you, and then it kind of like there's a building which is a bit squarer around the back of it that seems like really big and really large. With your ridiculous perception, you can tell that the very center of this building is open to the air. There's some sort of courtyard going on. And you see the prisoners around the edge just like running in fear and like yelling about seeing death themselves. Like they're definitely not paying attention as you both just casually stroll up to the entrance. And that's where I'm going to leave you for now because this is ridiculous. Okay.
Everything's under control.
I love how done Rhal is for today. Laffian.
Hello.
Hi.
Study buddies.
Study buddies.
And drugs, apparently.
Kythea just like gives you like an infusion of tea. There's something a little bit bitter in it. And she's tried to disguise the bitterness of the medication with something sweet, but it's just one of those like, you just can't really hide the fact this is medication. There's definitely something in it. It may not just be mint. It takes a little while to work, but whatever cluster headache is going on basically begins to clean up. And she says, okay, so do you know where the library is? Ama mentioned it, and I know that Ama's spent a lot of time there.
I haven't ever really had much chance to hang around town or pretty much anything outside of just one job after the other with trying to save the world, so no. We could ask around.
We could just take a walk. I mean, everybody seems to be off doing things that seem to be taking time, so
we could go get Caden.
Explore a little. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could go talk to Caden.
I mean, and he like pauses for a second and is like, oh, okay, right, sorry. Long day. No, let's go for a walk.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm still very new at this whole thing.
It's okay. It's been a while for me too. She kind of like shrugs her shoulders. But I don't want to go into that right now. So, okay.
We hold hands.
The pair of you walk around the town. It takes a little while. You kind of, between the two of you, discover what has changed. Things that are being built. You see that children are now helping adults with various trades and crafts. There are a lot of people around here who are rebuilding the town, some under Apella's colours, some not. You see off in the distance that the prison is still standing, and Kythea deliberately takes you away from that chaos that's going on.
Do
there.
I see something dark wearing a hoodie running up a wall?
Take a perception check, and if it's above 16, you can join the stupidity.
Because if I see that, I feel like I'll be like, Kythea, we need to make a detour real quick.
We're all trying to do something alone, and everyone literally just said no.
Well, that's a 23.
Oh my goodness.
You do see something dark and hoodie scale a wall, hold up there a minute, and then you see it just like look down as if it's been hit by something small, and then drop down from the wall.
He's gonna like pause while he's walking, and like I imagine Kythea takes that step, and like then like their hands like tug, and she's like,
yeah, it's like, are you okay?
He like looks at the wall, looks back at her, looks back at the wall, and he's like, no, today's gonna be a good day. Yes, everything's fine. Let's go.
Okay.
I'll tell you later.
Did I, as you two are walking off, she points behind.
He just wraps his arm around her shoulder and is like, no, let's go. No.
But, I mean, he has squash with him, right? And if anyone knows how to break in and out of places, squash is there, right? So, we didn't see that, right? If anyone asks.
See what?
Exactly. So over here, there's the stables. You explore the town. Things are being rebuilt. You're the worst. Things are being rebuilt. You pass what was Rhal's home, and you see that he's still demolished, it's still fallen apart. No one has gotten to this part of the town yet. As you continue walking around, you pass some of the bigger manors, the places where you would expect maybe Amos stole some stuff for to turn. It doesn't really matter. Don't worry about them. And as you continue further to the edge of town, away from where the graveyard is, in pretty much the opposite direction, you see that there is what looks like a very big, nice building. You can see that there are pillars that have been carved, but some of them are chipped and broken. You can see that the roof has fallen down in places, and it's very easy to read that this was the library. Just outside, it's mostly intact, it's possibly a bit broken. You can see that outside that there is kind of a wagon with like a wok in it, and you can see that there is a person standing there, and he's trying to feed the people, yelling about pork or something. Nobody really knows what's going on there, but there seems to be a cluster of people around.
I'll do it, V. I'll do it. I'll get Drew in here.
You get Drew in here.
No, I'd love to interact with Pulled Pork Peak, but not today. Not today.
Today is not the day.
What do we tell the god
Just
of
trying
pork?
to let everyone know he made it out.
Today.
I'm gonna say about this time, like it's just after midday. Like perhaps you've taken in some food, perhaps not. It's entirely your choice. We can keep walking if you want.
As much as I would like to, we do need to do some research. I don't know how much time we have left, but I imagine it's not very much.
Right. Okay, well, this is something I'm actually pretty good at, so. Okay, tell me anything you think might be relevant. Anything you think I can use to help me focus down what I'm looking for.
The trials are all individually named, so brain, brawn, heart, and spirit.
Right. Okay.
If these are trials that were made by the Sentinels themselves, they would have to be ancient. Beginning of the world. I would imagine, anyways.
Okay, so we're looking at some really ancient language. Most likely we'll see a translation of a translation of a translation if it's that old. Okay.
The only thing I can think of that may be any sort of clue is that Kesa seemed to always be very, and this is her words, very fond of the dwarven form. So perhaps our first clue may be that it's something dwarven related.
Okay.
That's just a theory of mine.
Well, there are a couple of languages that are really old. There's a really obscure dialect of Dwarven. I don't know it, but I mean, to be fair, not even a lot of dwarves know it. That's like some really old school shit. Okay. I know some people wrote trees and commentaries on them. Perhaps the library here can at least point us in the direction where those might be. Did you get a name from Amira about the librarian?
Not that I recall.
Okay, so let's just... Okay. All right, okay, so let's look for something about old dwarven scholars, and we'll go from there. If that's the only real hint we have, that's probably as good as we're going to get.
If you find anything that you're unable to translate, let me know. I picked up a little bit of a trick with some of my abilities, and he just taps the side of his head.
You see her smile like really broadly. Like, that's great.
Languages mean nothing to me now. It just takes a little bit of energy is all.
Okay, well, we're probably definitely going to be using that. I'm sorry. I'm going to be using you as much like a tool as I can. I'm sorry. But we got to figure something out, right?
I was going to say something. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it.
Kinky.
Yes.
Eyebrow raise. Okay. You walk into the building. as you would expect, yes, part of it has been collapsed down. But you see this young dwarven woman. She has kind of reddish hair, kind of pale, and she sees you walking in, and she says, "Sorry, really sorry and all, but we are kind of closed right now."
I can understand that. This is kind of an important matter. Hi, my name's Laffian.
Something in...
He puts a hand out.
As in, the Laffian Dathradir.
Yes, that's me.
She points to, her forehead regions, the... Now you said the name, the scar. The tattoo kind of gives it away.
Yes, we're kind of here on very important business. Well, I won't bore you with the details, but kind of very important.
Well, there are sections of the library that have kind of collapsed, and then some books and text didn't make it, but I can maybe help you out in some way. Where do you want to start? What are you looking for?
He turns and looks to Kythea.
Threads.
No, I have that one in my bag, thank you.
Threads, as written by the old dwarven scholars.
And verily did I tieth her up to the bedpost.
Kythea gives you a look. So we're looking for some ancient dwarven texts. A name by Bronzebeard. Brad Bronzebeard should find it. I don't remember exactly his first name. He's just losing his shit.
We're gonna get sued.
Why?
Copyright.
Brad?
No, the Bronzebeard part.
Okay.
Literally 3 dwarven characters in Warcraft.
I like Brad, though. Keep Brad. What a great dwarf name, Brad.
Fantastic. We're looking for an ancient scholar, a dwarven scholar. His last name's Grimlock. Brad, that's his name, Brad Grimlock. I don't remember exactly his first name, but that's the pseudonym he wrote under. And the librarian looks at the pair of you and says, "It's an unusual request. It's somewhat under the rubble at the back, but perhaps if the 3 of us work, we can probably dig it. Can I ask what this is for? It's a little dangerous to move some of this rubble."
The best way I can explain it is that we're trying to fix the world, and we believe that some of those secrets may lie in history.
Oh. Well, I guess I can... Sure, why not? Why on earth not? If it's a chance of saving the world, I guess I better help you out. Absolutely no problem. Okay. You see her drop the broom that she was using to push some of the rubble away, and not exactly disgust, but annoyance of that she has to do something else now. And she leads the pair of you sort of through the library. She takes you a couple of staircases downwards, and you can see that the building has collapsed quite heavily in this area. You can see that there are rows and rows of books. There are some old scrolls here. Some of them are damaged beyond repair now, but you can see that sort of through the rubble that if you break some of this away, there is a chance that you could get in there and get whatever is there, but the rubble above is quite dangerously placed. Kind of Jenga, if you take the wrong thing out, the whole thing is coming down. So what do you want to do?
Where do we start digging? Or shifting?
Well, I'm not a builder. I don't really know which one of these we can take. And she kind of gestures to some of the kind of bigger pillars and struts, and I'm pretty bad at this kind of thing. I'm more reading the books and getting information. We need to move some of this. I just don't know how to do this safely.
I can try and take a look and see if there may be a way we can work through things smart instead of hard.
Yes. Otherwise, perhaps you could use your influence and get a lot of people down here. I mean, I don't really want them all traipsing through my library, but...
Let me see. Laffian wants to try to see if there's any way that he can essentially have them work at any weak points that look like they might be easier to get a hold of. Anywhere that would make it easier to get, like, maybe a wedge going in to make things easier to move.
Okay, I need an investigation check, please.
Okay. 30.
Yes. You got a 30. What else am I going to say? Yes. You see how all these things are precariously perched, but you know that if you take this bit out here and you twisted it away and push something up, it would provide support to something above. There are some bookcases that are still upright that if you put the weight and pressure on in the correct place, it will hold, again, a bit more of the ceiling up so that you could kind of between digging things out, wedging things in place, and shifting some of the weight, there is absolutely a way for you to kind of get into this area that is still kind of standing. There are a couple of glass cases here that haven't been completely smashed, somehow made it through. You can see that there are obviously some books that are magical because they haven't been destroyed by the sharp rocks that have fallen on top of them. Yes, you can absolutely do that. I would like you to roll a d4, please.
Okay. 1.
It takes you a singular hour between the three of you to actually move, shift, and get all these things in the right place. It's still a little precarious. You don't want to be running around in there like a bull in a china shop. That's definitely not the way to go. However, you can sort of get into that area and begin to look through some of these books. I would like you to roll another investigation check, but with advantage because Kythea is helping, as is the librarian.
24.
24 is almost like 25, so it's basically a 25.
Yeah, I said 25.
Yeah, that's what you said. Good. As you look through this, you kind of like begin to shift some books around, and as you kind of go through the process of just like getting things and getting them into a place to read, Kythea just like taps you on the shoulder and points at the one you are holding, and she says, "I think that's probably a good place to start."
All right.
This is his biography, I think, if I'm reading this dialect right. It might let us know where he did some writings, what books he wrote. This could be a good start.
Let's give it a shot then, shall we?
Okay. I think... I'm sorry, what's your name? She looks over at the librarian. The librarian says, don't... My name is Common. It's very nice to meet you.
Oh.
And Common says, if you're looking for more on that, I think this tome and this map back before the dawn and the dusk, I think this would probably help as well. Some place names have changed, obviously. So I think this will probably be some help to you.
Oh, much appreciated.
We should probably get out of this area, though. It's a little bit dicey, and I don't want to be staying here.
Very well, then. Let's go somewhere a little bit more safe.
Right, okay. The three of you make your way back upstairs, and you begin to read through the biography of Brad Grimlock.
Okay, so I'm going to use my psychic
It's written
speech.
in Dwarvish.
Oh.
It is a translation.
Oh, okay.
It's like really old Dwarvish. It's not quite the ancient Dwarvish that Kythea was describing, but you should be able to understand at least like 90% of it. Like,
Yeah, I understand
context.
Dwarvish,
The rest
so
of it's,
we good.
yeah, exactly. And you begin to read through it, and that's where I'm going to hold on to you for just a moment. Zaltanna.
Yo, that's the person that I am.
You're gonna kill Bogrove
Yeah.
now?
Am I?
You're gonna kill Bogrove now?
Listen, that is entirely up to your wife. I
It
am
is.
not.
I
I'm
expected her to have done it already. Surprised she didn't.
If she wants to go for it, I will 100% back that shit up. Even if I have complicated
like,
feelings about Bogrim.
No.
Nah, just kill him.
Bogrim.
It's fine.
Poor Bogrim. The pair of you take a walk to the surface because that's what you were going to do. You ignore the area where Bogrim is, at least for now. And as you kind of like make your way up there, she says, I appreciate you looking after Rhal.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He's a good friend.
He is a good person, even if sometimes he's a little reckless.
As you make a perception check to see him climbing up the prison wall.
Not yet. Not yet. We will, though. This is too funny a gag not to do.
My shame. No.
He's a little bit reckless, she says, and the camera quick cuts to Rhal walking up to the prison. And then quick cuts back.
Yeah.
The Flintstones foot running sound goes as Rhal's running up the wall.
Yep. What do you think I should do about Bogrim?
Well,
Bloody vengeance.
I am the goddess of bloody vengeance. So I'm gonna have to go with bloody vengeance. But
It's kind of my brand.
vengeance can be unbloody, but I definitely think that, I mean, he deserves payback for what he did.
I know. I just don't know the best way to do that. I know why he did it. I guessed, but I thought he was going to kill Rhal. And I couldn't let that be, but I understand why. The cult were just doing what they needed to do to bring Marnak back, and that's what you've all been fighting for, and I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should just kick the shit out of him and just set him on fire and make him feel every pain that I did, or just slit his throat and be done with it. Or just forgive him, I don't know.
My wife would definitely say forgiveness is key. But I don't know. I think that the whole, like, him kind of like hitting on you as he killed you thing means that he should like at least be set on fire. Like, that's real fucked up. And yeah, if you want to go torture Bogrim, like, I'm here for it. I can help you with that.
Can I do both?
Yes, you can set him on fire and then put him out and be like, okay, now I forgive you. That's absolutely valid.
I have heard that there are some... I've seen it. You know how sometimes people tussle and they're just like, one good slap and I'm done. We're good after that.
Yes, that also works. Slapping is a very... It feels... It'll make you feel better. The only thing that I might see an issue with is that if you don't hurt him real bad, Rhal might.
Right, yes.
So I think we should do... You're the one that got killed. So I think that it should be up to you what is done about Bogrim. And I will back you on that with Rhal. But if you want to... If you want to get it out of your system and give him a good smack and then forgive him, I might also tell him to immediately leave the city.
I was thinking about maybe making him go face that dragon.
Oh. Rhal was right about you.
What did he say?
You're awesome.
He's so silly. I don't want Bogrim anywhere near me. I understand why he did it. I want to rip his fucking head off and I want to set him on fire and I don't want Rhal to die.
So
maybe I make him go save Rhal, and then I can still decide to set him on fire afterwards. Or before, or both. Both is fine, right?
yes, but also, so recently I had to go deal with this guy that let's just say there's a complicated history there, and he definitely in cases deserves to be dead, but he's not dead right now. And the reason he's not dead right now is because I realized that there's different levels of vengeance, and especially depending upon like what a person could be useful for. So I'm not saying you should like cut off his hand. I didn't cut off Honorino's hand, but I did in a vision I had. But I'm not saying you should cut off Bogram's hand, but I'm also not saying that.
Amy puts like her arm around your shoulder and says, I think we're going to be really good friends, you and I.
I hope so.
Rhal has a good choice in friends. Apart from Bogram.
Well,
okay.
we all make mistakes.
Tell me about Opeller. And at this point, Zaltanna, I want you to make a perception check as you pass the prison.
What's Ava's perception like?
Oh, Ava has a character sheet.
B plays Ava.
Well, I got 2, so I definitely don't see it.
Oh, no. Ava, please. Please. Please.
Oh, no.
20! Yes! As she says this, she like grips your shoulder a little tight, and she points over to where you can see a hooded person like fall from the edge of the prison wall onto the ground, and she's like, that was Rhal, right? I'm not.
No.
Yeah, sure seemed like it. Do we want to go deal with that, or
I want to say yes because I know that Rhal does often reckless, silly things, and also I don't know because he said he wanted to do this alone, and I should probably say that he should, as a good wife, as a good maid, let him do that, but he does need to live for all of the Dragonborn, so going in there and stopping him or helping him is the good thing to do here, right?
Right, and we could be like sneaky. I mean, I'm not good at being sneaky, but I can say, are you sneaky?
Oh, I am very sneaky.
Okay, cool. So you can be sneaky, and if I get caught, I can just be like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you, and then you went to meet Opella on your own. Oh no, wait, that might concern him even more because of the whole, well, no, it wouldn't, because, yeah, you're fine. I'm really worried because Lindred was supposed to kill us, and he broke Opella's law, and now she's like on his doorstep. So if he has Rhal, it might be bad.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's go into that. Let's go into that prison.
No, we can't.
Why is everyone so worried?
We have to go. We have to go to the prison, right? We have to help.
No.
We gotta go to the prison.
Happen without.
You're gonna ruin all my plans.
We can't.
Too bad.
Let him do something silly. Okay, tell me everything about the prison, and like Amory's gonna grill you right up into the moment you get to the door. This is the dumbest shit. The prison guards have run already because the other two have been there already with Hour of Reaping. Okay, I'm going to hit stealth for her.
I'm going to try to be stealthy
and she got a 29.
It's not going to work, but I'm going to try.
Go on.
Yeah, that's a 6. Wait, why do I have to... Oh, because I have disadvantage on stealth. Wait, why do I have disadvantage on stealth?
Hasn't actually popped... There we go. There it is. It hadn't popped up for me on Roll20 yet.
Oh, right. But I also have, like, stealth boots.
What are your boots?
I have
the first roll was
because
still a 6.
because I have stealth because I have stealth boots on. Well,
yeah, you have so you even out to normal on your roll for that. So you still end up with a 6.
Wow.
So what's going to happen here is that as the two gentlemen arrive inside, like, kind of the entrance, Squash, you can just hear the sound of dwarven footsteps kind of like behind. What's your passive perception?
Squashes?
Yes.
That would be, let me see, 23. No, sorry, 28.
28.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you don't hear Ama. Good. I have a character who can thwart you. Yes. She got a 29.
I guess I know where my next couple of stat points are going to go.
Yeah, you just hear the sound of like dwarven feet, like kind of walking your way from behind you. As the pair of you enter the administration building, Rhal, you notice straight away that there is a lot of things different here. There aren't any guards wandering around patrolling. You can just see some prisoners, some people that you've known in this prison for a long time, just walking freely between the doors. You can immediately tell on the right-hand side, as you enter, what would have been Lindren's office is open and things have been knocked over, chairs moved. This place is a shell of its former self.
And Lindren's not in his office?
Oh,
no,
boy.
You can see that his desk has been knocked over. You can see that that some very expensive bottles of alcohol have been consumed and just left empty, lying on the ground. Yeah.
Where he at? I'm gonna walk forward a little bit more skeptically, I guess. It doesn't make sense that Lindren's stuff is all messed up. He's gonna be a little bit more sneaky, I guess, than he was just casually walking down the hallway before. And I'm gonna look around for Lindren.
Okay, I need you to make. Let me describe this administration wing a little bit, especially for Squash, who hasn't been here. On the right-hand side, there is an office that looks well-to-do, has definitely been well looked after. On the left-hand side, there is a kind of like a big cell, which only has like one kind of cabinet in it. And you can see that one of the cabinet itself has like two drawers. The bottom one has been opened and turned over, and you can see lots of like anklets and bracelets that have fallen out of it. You can see the top one is locked. You would assume so because it hasn't been opened. A little bit further on to the left, you can see another cell which has stacks and stacks of boxes, but the cell door itself has been broken and many of these boxes have been overturned and emptied. A little bit further on the other side, you can see that there is kind of like a small office, but it has like sofas and chairs in there, and these two have been wrecked and turned around. Directly in front of you, through a cell, through an iron gate, you can see that there is a courtyard and that there are tables and chairs and weights and what looks like a small temple, and a staircase that looks like it goes down. That's what you kind of spot instantly. There are a lot of prisoners wandering around completely without any sort of worry. Some of them are just eating, some of them are training. They don't seem to be paying much mind to anything. You can't hear the sound of the guards outside running around screaming about seeing death, so that kind of helps right now.
Yeah, Rhal has his hood pulled up now. And is being a little bit more quiet and moving when he moves, like through a room, like he has some kind of purpose so that he's easily ignored and it doesn't look like he's looking for something, but he's going to continue looking for Lindren.
Okay. In that case, I need you to make a stealth roll. Squash, what are you doing?
Squash is just kind of taking in the scenery. What is Rhal heading towards?
Well, being that the rooms you're kind of passing have been wrecked, destroyed, and there really isn't anyone here, the only place left really to go is towards the courtyard.
Okay. Squash is going to turn around. He heard the like kind of thumping footsteps owing to Zaltanna.
Yeah, it's going to be fairly obvious that Zaltanna is making her way. She's a little distant.
Clank, 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 clank.
How does your Clanks have an accent? That's amazing.
Well, you see,
Unintentional, I
Tyr used to smite the accent out of her, and now Tyr isn't around to do that.
Oh, that was beautiful. I think Squash is gonna jump into the overturned office and look for a sign of, like, the place has clearly been turned over, like searched, but he's more looking for like a sign of struggle, as if there had been a fight in there, i.e. blood, scuff marks. Such.
I will require an investigation, a survival, anything else you think you can pitch me.
Oh no, not investigation. There we go. That would be 23.
A 23. Yes, there have clearly been signs of a scuffle here. There are blood marks on the edge of the table. You can see that the chair has been scraped heavily along the ground. There is evidence that the drawers to this desk have been forced open in places where they were locked and has been since looted. You can see paperwork strewn around everywhere. This was clearly someone here, and this office has been overturned and searched. There has been a fight.
There is no, like, how fresh is the scuffle? I can roll a survival if you want for that.
Yeah, please.
That's 31.
It's been a couple of days.
Oh.
You know when you walked past before and there was a commotion sound?
Yeah.
You Squash connects the dots.
Yep. Yeah, this happened during the fight, the big fight. Oh boy.
Yep.
That's been a couple of days.
Yes.
Or a day and a half, maybe.
It's been a while, yeah.
Squash is gonna, like, catch up with Rhal real quick. And just kinda under his breath, he goes like, this happened a long time ago. This probably happened like 2 or 3 days ago during the big fight. If Lindgren is alive, he is being kept alive. Otherwise, he is dead. Where would they store somebody like that?
Probably where they stored us.
Yeah.
All right. Then head over there. I'm gonna go distract Zaltanna and Ama.
Who?
You don't know
Ama's
Ama.
there.
No, sorry.
You don't know Ama's there.
No,
I
but
do know that Ama is hanging
Okay.
out with Zaltanna, though.
Rhal did ask Zaltanna to watch
In front of
Ava,
me.
and if Zaltanna is there, then Rhal can put 2 and 2 together.
Okay. Yeah, okay,
And
sorry. Squash.
that is going to scare him.
I'm gonna go distract. I'm
I
gonna go
rolled
distract
a
Zaltanna.
natural 20. Fuck, I keep wasting those.
On your con save. Yeah. No problem whatsoever. You know she doesn't even bleed.
Rhal looks nervous.
You're going to go distract Zaltanna and
Okay.
No
potentially
one.
Ama if she's here.
Yeah. Sorry.
And no one, yeah.
I forgot that I didn't hear her, and my brain just made the assumption I would know. But yeah, sorry.
Okay, well, you know where I'm going. Make sure that they're safe. What is she doing here? Has something happened? Rhal looks worried.
No,
It's only
don't
been like
worry
a couple
about her.
minutes.
You have a thing. Go. And Squash turns around and starts
Okay.
walking towards the office again.
Okay, perfect. You go forth and do that. Rhal,
I'm gonna
you are
go
making your way
forward.
to solitary?
Yeah.
Okay. You managed to kind of blend in pretty well with many of the other people. Some people give you a glance, kind of remember who you are, and give you a wide berth, especially some of the young uns who had to prove themselves against you and found out you have a mean right hook. Many of them clear a path. Many of them know your history. You make your way down to the cells, and in the first cell that you come to, the first solitary cell, you see that sitting with his back against the wall is
Oh
Lindgren.
my goodness. What an idiot. Rhal is giving him that look like, you idiot. They said you were busy, huh?
You see him shake his head. Idiots. You come to gloat too?
No, I came for help. What happened?
He stands up and he says, slowly, like, pulls himself off the ground, and he says, apparently, they got someone to undo one of their bracelets. And that just... along with some of the guards who don't seem to appreciate my management techniques, stormed my office.
Wow, I wonder what you could have done differently there, huh?
No idea, Rhal. No idea.
So they know they're here under Opella, right?
They don't seem to want to listen, Rhal.
What are they trying to get away with?
They seem to think that if they hold themselves up here, that they can survive whatever she throws at them.
Opella?
But that's not going to be the case.
No.
You said you needed help.
You can't help me from in there.
Then I guess we both have something each other wants. I need help, and so do you.
Rhal's disgusted at the idea of him like having to help Lindgren. Emma's alive.
He frowns. Emma?
The one I killed. He does, like, air quotes.
Right, yes, that one.
I did not belong here. You owe me. I'm calling in a favor.
You see him, like, shrug it off a little bit, like, maybe he doesn't. And he says, I can help clear you with a Opella if you help me get out of here and get this prison back under control.
The shed that you gave Caden. I want a house built there. I want that land. That property. I want a house there for her. For her and I. While everything's being done and built.
Take a persuasion roll.
Okay.
I want this to work. That's so cute.
He's in a position
know.
of power. Surely there's an advantage on
I know.
that.
I have threats I can
Yes,
make.
I will allow an advantage. If you could hug him, it's definitely advantage.
Oh, I wouldn't, though. It's a 12. Looks like I'm going to go with threats.
God damn it. God damn it, Neil.
No.
2 9s. Come on, Neil.
Oh, I don't know what you
So
want
long as
from
it was
me.
above a 10, like, you are in a position of power.
He's literally in a prison cell.
Probably still going to have to make threats just to keep Lindgren from fucking with me.
Yeah. That land is mine. I can arrange that. Do we have a deal? And he kind of like walks up to the bars and kind of puts his arm through.
A house that's just as good as the ones around it there, yes.
Okay. We can work on that.
Rhal goes to, like, grab his hand, and then, like, he, like, grabs his hand and, like, kind of does that thing where he pulls him closer to the gate and gets close himself.
Yeah, like his face goes up against the bars.
Yeah. And he's going to do Hour of Reaping. Just real quick. Just a flash of it. Just to show off.
His eyes go wide, but he lifts his chin at you and he says, message received.
I'm an employee of Miracle. Emma did not require anything to be brought back. I am a specter. I'm going to die far before you, and if you fuck me over or fuck her over on this, you'll deal with me then, when you die.
He kind of like wriggles his arm free, he says. Okay.
Fine.
I will try my best to deal with you.
Fine. Rhal is going
Okay.
to get... Should have taken the keys off of the guard that I knocked unconscious, but I didn't want to start stealing things as well.
Start going to town on that
Okay.
block, just...
Yeah, I'm just going to acid it.
Oh, gross.
Hi everyone, Rhal here. Thank you so much for listening to Season 2 now. If you would like to find us on social medias, tweet at us about how you have enjoyed the show so far. You can find us at TLDpod on Twitter. Thank you to Moray for becoming a patron of the show. Your support means a lot to us. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And thank you to Skull King for the name Grimlock used in this episode. If you would like to become a patron, you can find us at patreon.com/TLDpod. Speaking of Patreon, we have just updated our page with some new tiers and goals. So if you would like to support the show, it's a pretty good time to go and see what all we have available. I hear there might be a hoodie there. Some people might be interested in that. Sounds great. Again, that's patreon.com/TLDpod if you would like to support the show. Also, just a quick note, Holly has voiced Komen in the Bogram's backstories, and will voice Komen in the episodes. We were just unable to get this one done in time. Time snuck up on us a little bit, and we didn't want to delay the season any further. So, just a quick note, Holly will be voicing Komen in future episodes. But thank you so much for listening to Season 1 and for allowing us to do another season of this. So, again, thanks so much for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone in between or irrespective of that binary, pull up a chair and put down your chips. It's time for Tabletop Roulette. We are an actual play tabletop anthology podcast with a rotating cast of players, GMs, and games, running one-shots and short campaigns, focused on uplifting people from marginalized backgrounds. You can find us every Friday, wherever you find your podcasts, on Twitter at TTRPG Roulette, or on Discord at the link in our Twitter and in our show notes.